it's Julie from Blossom Tree Papercraft. Thank you for joining me. Today's card is very quick, very simple, but it has an elegant feel to it. I'm going to be using Flowering Flourishes, and because this doesn't have a sentiment, I'm also using the Sale-A-Bration Party Pants, and I'm going to be using the, what was I going to use? Oh yes, the High That's All, but I'm going to be cutting out the That's All from that stamp. Sale-A-Bration obviously finishes on Thursday the 31st of March, so if you want to get any of these products, you've still got time. Put these to one side. For today's card, you will need a card base measuring 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5.5. Then our matting layer measuring 3 inches by 4 1/4. Then our piece for stamping on is 2 3/4 by 4 1/4. And then you'll also need a little piece of scrap as well. So I'll start getting on. So first of all, I'm going to bring in the Flowering Flourishes stamp. I need to put my teeth back in, and I'm using Stays On ink today. So removing the lid, I'm just going to ink this up, making sure I get a good coverage onto the stamp. And I'm going to stamp this down sort of at an angle, like that. Then I'm going to ink it up again. And then I'm going to kind of reverse it. Where am I going with this? Oh, here we go. I'm going to come in this way this time. All fingers and thumbs today. There we go. So that's the stamping on that part there. Then on the actual card base, I'm going to pop down the High, and as you can see, you've got the That's All just at the very bottom. So what I'm going to do is actually take my stamp pad, and I'm just going to line it up with the High and just pop that down on there, and avoiding the part that's underneath. Make sure I've got enough ink on there. There we go. I'm turning that over, and just in the bottom right hand corner, I'm going to pop that into place. There we go. So that's now all the stamping done, and we can start building the card up. So first of all, I'm going to stick this part onto our matting. I'm going to take some snail and pop that down onto there. Then I have some of the satin ribbon, and I'm just going to pop it round one end, and I'm going to tie this into a knot. It's lovely ribbon this, it normally ties really, really well. There we go. Tying that into a nice knot, and then cutting off the excess. Okay, just going to straighten that up a little bit. There we go. Then onto the back, I'm going to pop some dimensionals. bringing the card base back in. I'm just going to position that onto the card. Like that. And then with our piece of scrap and coming in with the itty bitty flower punch, I'm just going to punch myself out 3 of them. And then taking my paper piercer, I'm just using the palm of my hand and using the back of it. I'm just going to pop that into the centre just so that the petals curl up. And then I'm going to bring in some rhinestones. I'm just going to pop one into the centre of each of these little flowers. Turn them all over, and then coming in with some glue dots. I'm just going to put a little scatter of flowers just randomly onto our stamping, just to add that extra hint of colour. Where should we go with this one? Yeah, we'll go back there. There we go. And then just finally on the little dot on the bottom, taking one of the smaller rhinestones, popping that there, and that's it. Very quick, very simple, but it has a lovely elegant feel to it, and with black you can choose any other different colours and it would work really, really well. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed that. Thanks for joining me. Take care. Bye bye.